Iron Man suit. Oh shit, she got Iron Man suit, stay where you are. Lydia ascends to a high altitude. Andy takes down a surveillance drone, but she loses consciousness due to oxygen depletion. Andy plummets towards the water, resembling a familiar scenario. Just a fraction of a second before the impact, Lydia regains consciousness. Andy resumes her flight. The drone falls onto the police cars, clearing the way for the protagonists. Lydia is ensnared by some kind of cable. Andy crashes onto the road at full speed, shooting Andy Okoye. Ada thrown away by an equibomb explosion. Andy the princess loses consciousness from the impact. The blue people emerge from the water on a killer whale. Andy General Okoye engages them in battle. Delivering fatal blows, she deals with 3 warriors before clashing with the underwater general. He orders his people to stand up. Andy deal with the arriving police officers. Andy surprisingly they just follow the order. Andy charge. During the battle, the blue general defeats the black general. Andy with an aquabomb explosion hurls her into the water. Shuri regains consciousness. Andy, after revealing her identity, requests an audience with their leader. Princess of Wakanda, I demand that you take me to Nemo. Do not bring harm to this girl. The water dwellers take her and Riri to their kingdom. Shut up. The next morning, Ross arrives at the crime scene and he meets his ex-wife, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who now holds the position of CIA director. She's inclined to believe that the Wakandans are behind this. Ross finds Shuri's smart beads, and he secretly pockets them. Okoye returns to Wakanda, reports everything. He struck down 3 of them with blows that should have killed them, but they rose again. Andy requests to be sent in search of the princess. However, the queen, in a fit of arrogance and anger, makes a foolish decision. For all the years of loyal service to Wakanda, and her efforts to save Shuri, Okoye is stripped of her general title and is shamefully discharged from duty for failing to keep her promise to protect the princess. It seems like an example to others, a reminder that putting oneself on the line for Wakanda may lead to disgraceful dismissal. At the first misstep, the elders implore the queen not to act hastily. Perhaps way out of being too hasty, she raised a spear against her own husband for Wakanda. Where is her treacherous husband now? But in a place where she can visit if she wished. Mine, it's with the ancestors. The queen visits Shuri's lab, and he communicates through her smart beads. Ross answers the call. The habit informs her that the CIA suspects Wakanda's involvement in the incidents. However, since Neymar demanded that Ramonda keep his identity a secret, the queen hesitates to tell Ross about the Atlantans. I am afraid there is a new world power at play. A country that's already on our radar. Or you mean someone else? That is all I can say for now. Ramonda travels to Haiti where she finds Nakia, who now works as the director of a local school. She asks her as a former spy to find and rescue Shuri. You need someone who can find where she is being held and rescue her. Who on us would restore with Wakanda? Nakia heads to Mexico, where she locates a woman he has encountered, Namor. An incident has been reported in the newspapers. The woman tells her where he emerges from the water, and Nakia plans to go sir. In an underwater cave, Shuri is brought traditional attire of the Maya tribe, and he is offered fruits as a sign of hospitality. She is introduced to Namor, and he as a gesture of friendship between their peoples. He presents her with a bracelet that once belonged to his mother. He proceeds to share his history in the year 1571. On the Yucatan Peninsula, local tribes, suffering from hunger and smallpox, brought by conquistadors, sought healing in sacred places. A shaman, after a season, discovered a mysterious flower. All members of the tribe drank a potion made from this plant, including Namor's pregnant mother. One by one they lost consciousness. However, upon awakening, they found they had lost the ability to breathe air, forcing them to take refuge in the ocean. It was said that Namor was born with winged feet, able to breathe both air and underwater. Shortly after his birth, his mother, yearning for life on land, passed away, and her dying wish was to be buried on their ancestral lands. When they returned to the shore to fulfill her request, they were horrified by what they saw. Their people had been enslaved and their lands looted. The ocean dwellers eradicated the invaders. A dying Spanish priest had called the winged child, which means the child without love. Nemo chose to keep this name, as he indeed felt no more love for the surface world. Nemo refuses to hand over the student, as it poses a significant risk to him. Shuri then requests to see his kingdom. I'd love to see your nation. While you can't go down, sit in that. Hypothermia will grip you almost instantaneously. Your blood will become toxic. The pressure of the ocean will break every bone in your body, or you can wear a suit. We have some of them, come on. She is dressed in a suit they took from the Aquanauts at the beginning of the film, and they descend into the underwater world. Shuri is amazed by the Chaygay beauty of the underwater realm, called Talokan, whose inhabitants greet each other with a hand gesture, reminiscent of Ryu's Hadoken from Street Fighter, launching a fireball. Aduki. Come on, it's beautiful. It's made of vibranium, yes. In the depths of the ocean. He brought the sun to my people. I know you wished me to spare the life of the scientist, but now you see what he have to protect. Meanwhile, Nakia prepares for a rescue mission. She has detected a signal from Shuri's earrings in a cave at a depth of 140 meters. Ramonda says that she will blow into Naya's flute to lure him out while she rescues Shuri. How would you like me to proceed? Retrieve the princess by any means necessary. He will attempt to draw Nair out. Neymar tells Shuri that the bracelet of his mother is made from a plant that saved his people during their conversation. Both stand their ground. Shuri doesn't want the student to be killed, and Neymar refuses to let her go. He even proposes an alliance to take down the surface world, which is relentlessly seeking to seize vibranium. Without an alliance, he would be forced to attack Wakanda as well. Then he heads off at the call of his flute. I heard you that night with your mother. At a leafer you said you wanted to burn the world. Set is born in together. Namor informs the queen that Shuri is safe, and she is in Talokan of her own volition. However, Ramonda continues her act of unprecedented and foolish stubbornness. She requested to be taken to Talokan. What can he offer in exchange? Nothing. The queen warns that if her daughter and the student are not returned, she will reveal the existence of the underwater civilization to the Americans. To this, Neymar finally loses his composure and responds, if you tell the Americans about US, if you try to find US, or if you discover a single Wakanda ship in the ocean, you will kill the princess. You will come to Wakanda. He will find you and he will kill you. In the meantime, Nakia infiltrates the cave, eliminating the guards. Shuri attempts to save a wounded subject of Namor. Give me your beads, he can save her. We have to go, but Nakia persuades her to escape quickly. A relieved Ramonda embraces her daughter. Did they hurt you no more? Oh, no more. However, Shuri seemingly fails to inform her mother that her actions have constituted an act of hostility that will undoubtedly lead to an invasion. Namor enters the cave and he discovers a dying subject, who informs him that the Wakandans have invaded their realm. Enraged, Neymar gathers his forces. In Wakanda, Nakia and Okwe discussed Shala's death, when they suddenly notice a flood, after which a battle begins. Both sides suffer losses during the fight. Shuri, in a flying ship, unsuccessfully attempts to attack Namor.